City News on TV Rotorua is proudly brought to you by Trade Central.
Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News. Environmental advocate and City News reporter Kitty Danielle is making headlines with new television show Kaitiaki Wars. This year's iconic opera in the Pa will honour the First World War centenary. And the Pacifica community is holding their annual fun day at the Village Green on Saturday. Environmental advocate and City News reporter Kitty Danielle is making headlines with new television show Kaitiaki Wars. The series features 4 Earth Guardians from around the country who were filmed during their cleanup events.
So Kaitiaki Wars was the brainchild of Martin Cleave, and he is this amazing producer, an international producer and a reality whiz. And he was looking for someone to appear on his show about people who are fighting to save their land, their cultural identity, and make a difference. But I couldn't be more excited. A little bit nervous because some of it's quite confrontational, and it's definitely going to challenge people in this country. We have rested on our clean green image for too long, and the reality is we're not.
Kaitiaki Wars screens on Māori television on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Locals are invited to a yoga open day on Saturday as part of the 22nd International Yoga Teachers Association convention being held here this week. Local instructor Jenny Lux says the convention is a biennial event with instructors coming from all over the country. She says Saturday's open day is a great chance for people interested in yoga to find out more about the practice.
There will be a man from Tauranga who teaches Iyengar style yoga, teaching for 2.5 hours. So it's quite a lot of physical postures. So you'll be doing all of the movements and the breathing with him. He's going to talk about how to bring all of the 8 limbs of yoga of Patanjali's poem into your physical practice. Then just before lunch there'll be a little bit of really deep breathing work with another master from Nelson called John Massey. Following a lovely lunch break with vegetarian organic food, we are going to launch into a 3-hour session with Marianne Elliott, who is really there to inspire us in our theme, connecting light to life. So recognising our inner light and using that to help us serve others. So she's a really good example of that, and she'll be doing a little bit of workshopping with people to help them work out what I guess their direction is and how they can use yoga practices to help them.
For more information on the open day and convention, visit Event Finder. And the Pacifica community is holding their annual fun day at the Village Green on Saturday. The event is organised by Rotorua Pacific Development Trust with food, music and culture on display.
We've got food stalls from different island groups, so each of them bring in their own traditional dishes. We've got performing arts from the youth, so traditional performing arts and some mixed contemporary items. We also have arts and craft for sale. We've got a lot of information for Pacifica communities who it's a one-stop shop where they can find out about education, health, housing, etc. Yeah.
So whereabouts will it be held this year?
The Village Green, the Rotorua Lakefront.
And it's this Saturday, isn't it?
It's this Saturday, starts 10 o'clock and finishes around 2 o'clock.
The iconic opera in the Pa will return to Te Pui's Rotowhio Marae this year and will honour the First World War centenary. The program pays tribute to a World War I Māori pioneer battalion, with particular acknowledgement of Rotorua's 28th Māori Battalion from the Second World War. Opera in the Park Committee Chair Trevor Maxwell says the event is a unique and captivating way to be part of the First World War centenary, showcasing songs from that period, as well as well-known opera arias sung in Te Reo Māori. Opera in the Pa is on Saturday the 21st of March. Tickets cost $25 and are available from Te Puia. In sport tonight, the final of the Lone Star Tauranga T20 will be fought out this weekend at Bay Oval in Mount Maunganui. 6 teams have a chance at the final, with Caris Mount Maunganui and Element IMF cadets sitting at the top of the standings on 8 points, while defending title holders Rotorua Central lurk a point behind, with Whakatane United and Tauranga Boys College both another point adrift. Round 7 starts at 12 p.m, with the final scheduled for 3:45 p.m. To your weather update now. Tonight, fine spells with a chance of showers, light winds and an overnight low of 14. Tomorrow, Friday, fine spells with light winds, a high of 23 and a low of 11. And looking out to Saturday, fine morning and evening cloud, northerly breeze, a high of 25 and a low of 12. The marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Friday, variable 5 knots becoming northeast 10 knots for a time in the afternoon and evening, with waves less than half a metre, and there'll be fair visibility in a few showers mainly in the afternoon and evening. Still to come in tonight's program, we cover last week's police raft race held on the Kaituna. We find out about a new iwi leadership program, and we're at the official launch of the Big Brothers Big Sisters program held on Monday at Council.
City News on TV Rotorua is proudly brought to you by Trade Central.
Okay guys, you've just come back. You're looking decidedly tired. It must have been fairly draining, if I can use the word. What was it like out there?
Yeah, no, really good. Very physical. I mean, it's hard for me because I'm carrying most of the guys in the raft. But no, it's really good. Really good.
So this is a new one for you?
Well, I work in London now, and I've come across today from the London Police, Metropolitan Police, to help these guys. He says he was carrying us, but I actually had his paddle and I was using both of them, because he's dodgy. And we drank lots of river water.
What I'm hearing actually is there's a very strong competitive side to this whole police raft race.
Very much so, yes. Yeah, very competitive. Everyone wants to beat everyone else, so it's all on when you're out there. It's a lot of fun.
So what was the hardest part?
Drinking the river.
Yeah, we got dumped down one of the waterfalls, so capsized completely, and just getting back on the raft, and then just the rowing after a while is just so tiring on the side you're working your arm. It's pretty physical.
So it would be fair to get you both to admit that you're not overly fit.
Not for this.
Age competitive, we're doing pretty good.
Well, we couldn't let him get away with not appearing on camera because he's very media savvy, loves to be on camera. Today's a very, very, very different day for the president of the New Zealand Police Association, Greg O'Connor. Welcome to Rotorua.
Thank you very much. And you've turned the weather on again today.
Absolutely. And
does it ever rain in this place?
No, that's a sore point actually for a lot of farmers.
Oh, right. Don't mention the war.
Won't get into drought conditions, but obviously, in fact, on a couple of years when it's been a little bit like this, the river level is low because there's not enough water, but obviously today it's okay. For you guys.
Good. Looking forward to getting out there.
Now, you've done this before?
I have. I'm on my 3rd year now. I love coming up here because I'm popular because I bring the money. The Police Association, we actually sponsor this event along with Police Sport. Great to get out there and get behind these troops. In fact, it was interesting talking to Aaron before that a couple of teams had to pull out because they've been operational overnight in relation to gang activities. Yeah, so that just reminder of how close these guys are to being able to be pulled back on duty before they can actually have fun like this.
And I think it probably also raises a good point in the sense that they are facing a lot of hardline stuff these days, things as far as what police face when they go out on different calls and so on. The climate and so on of violence and stuff that they're facing is much more serious, should I say, than it was 5 years ago even. So something like this, bit of a release, social activities, really important from your point of view?
Absolutely, and it's not only that too, they're meeting people from other parts of the country. What happens is police officers go to the police college, make some good friends, but we're quite a siloed organisation because you head off to New Plymouth, you head off to Auckland, you head off to Whangarei, and actually it's pretty hard to keep, even in social media ages, people don't actually really keep up. So you come back in here, and I love standing around the desk there and you see people, haven't up to you, and then they start talking their war stories, talking about what they're doing at work. And that actually is quite an important aspect of this, and that's why...
Because that's a release in itself, isn't it?
Well, it is too, and it's these guys, we're feeling the pinch up where we are, and it's actually almost a relief to find out that it's not just them, that it's as bad in New Plymouth as it is everywhere else, or as good. They enjoy. There's plenty of good stories come out as well.
Absolutely, appreciate what you guys are doing, and I notice on your T-shirt here, Raft Race Police Association. Puff the chest out if you want. Yes,
I haven't got as much to puff out as I used to.
Mind you don't break the abs there as well. It says Raft Race Kaituna River 2014. Are you going to get another T-shirt, or do you have to earn it this year?
Well, that Aaron's a hard man.
Yes.
I had to do a few things to get this one last year, and so I'm actually wearing this, walking in front of him saying, Aaron, 2014, where's my 2015 one?
But you also appear to me to be a little bit nervous about what sort of could be in store for you.
Have you seen the height of that waterfall down there? Anyone that's not nervous doesn't deserve to be here. I mean, you'd have nerves of steel to go over that thing, but it's...
Well, as I said to Aaron, to use a really, really corny pun, it brings new meaning to the word rapid response.
Yeah, well,
if you like that?
I'll tell you what, if some of our guys could get to jobs as quickly as that water goes down there, we would get no complaints. Commission would be a very happy man.
Seriously, thank you for what you guys are doing. It really is nice to have you here in Rotorua, getting a bit of release and get some adrenaline pumping as well. And later on, I guess there's a bit of celebration going on, a bit of prize giving and things like that. So come back and see us, and on behalf of people of Rotorua, thank you for what you guys do. You do a great job.
And great, thank you, Rotorua. It's a great spot, and don't need much prompting to get back here.
You'll come back.
Cheers.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Kia ora. Te Arawa Rangatakapu 2015 Leadership Program is underway. Well, it's in the planning stages at this point in time. We're here at Te Pūmautanga Charitable Trust with Anita Morgan. Anita, kia ora, and thank you so very much for having us.
Tēnā koe, Melanie.
Thank you. Now, can we please talk about the new leadership initiative? What is it? What's its background?
Okay, so it's called Te Arawa Rangatakapu Emerging Leaders Program. And basically it is a program for people who are already exhibiting leadership qualities and passion for our community here in Rotorua and in the surrounding district of Te Arawa. And it was a push that came from the Honourable Te Ruro Flavel, who has recognised that in terms of our cultural leadership, many of our leaders these days are having to represent our people in different arenas, often arenas that they're not comfortable with, such as in political arenas, economic spaces. And so as part of some leadership development that he's been doing, working on now for about 6 years here in Te Arawa, we've combined two programs, a cultural leadership program with this emerging leadership program, so that we come up with leaders, young leaders who are able to support our current cultural leaders in any arena. So it's about developing and honing their skills around what political leadership looks like, what cultural leadership looks like, what economic and other leadership looks like. Yeah.
And so how would this training process, how would it be conducted?
So the program itself is run over a period of 6 months, and it entails 6 noho marae, so one about one every month, and each noho marae will be a wānanga that starts on a Friday morning and ends on a Saturday afternoon. And during that time, there will be leadership speakers well known across the motu as well as within our own district of Te Arawa, who will be contributing to the program and working with these emerging young leaders.
Now, have we already identified some emerging young leaders?
Applications are currently open, does close on Saturday, this Saturday the 28th of February, and our organisation Te Pūmautanga o Te Arawa services 11 hapu and iwi of Te Arawa. So we've sent a tono out, we've invited those 11 hapu and iwi to nominate people for the program, as well as the 30 marae that are included in our collective of iwi and hapu, and then to the wider community as well. So we're expecting to have plenty of applications. There is only 20 places on the program, so there will be a selection process once the applications close on Saturday.
I see. So what are some of the attributes that you're looking for?
People who have already shown that they have a passion for our community and who are doing great work within their whānau, their marae and their iwi, or their own families and communities, and they don't necessarily have to be up the front type of people. You know, we've got a lot of great people, women especially, who just work in the background to make sure that things get done. These are the type of people that we're looking for. People who are actually doing work in the community.
Actually doing it, not just talking about it. Yeah. Okay. So is there an age group?
Yes, rangataka defines a group of people that sits between what we call rangatahi, our teenagers, our youth, and pakake, the adult age group. And so for this purposes, we've given it an age group of 25 to 49 years of age. Yeah.
Very, very good. Okay, so for all the aspiring people out there that think to themselves, yes, actually that sounds like me, or I could give this a go, what page do they go to? What's the site?
Our website is Te Pūmautanga o Te Arawa, and you just search for Rangatakapu, or you can contact me directly here at the office, and my number is 021 189 2835, or you can email me on aneta@tearawatangata.com.
Thank you so very much for your time, Anita.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. There you have it, Rotorua. You have until the 28th of February, which is just this Saturday, so you still have a little bit more time. Get your applications in.
Obviously a very special occasion here at the Rotorua Lakes Council from the point of view of the official launch and the mayoral backing here, as you'll see, and the council backing of a very, very worthwhile futuristic program called Brothers and Sisters, Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Everyone's kind of been battling with that, but it'll catch on, I'm sure.
They'll understand it as it unfolds.
Steve, one of the comments you made in your address tonight was the fact that it's fulfilling a need to prevent young people slipping through the cracks in a way.
And that's what it is. It's linking up a mentor, one of our Rotorua people, good Rotorua people, trained to link up with children that are lost, so referred through school social work programs or doctor's rooms, or just someone who the wheels are dropping off in their life, and how can you get them back on track to feel loved, listened to, and part of the community. That's as simple as Big Brother, Big Sister is.
All the different organisations that were gathered here tonight,
yes,
including the Youth Centre and the police, obviously, have really obviously caught the vision, haven't they?
Well, they have, and that takes a long time to sow. So it's another partnership model that we've now got going with the community. It's magic and good for our kids because we do care about our kids.
Absolutely, and thank you for being part of it all. And
it's wonderful.
Thanks for the council backing. It's important.
Important. Thank you.
The official launch here at the Rotorua Lakes Council Galleria of the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. You've heard Steve Chadwick probably talking about the overall backing of the council and a lot of other community organisations, but the most important part, I think, overall is the people that have got it underway. It's been a 2-year journey, probably longer actually, but a 2-year journey. Daryl Parker is with me. Daryl, this is exciting and a bit of a sort of a, we made it type.
Yeah, exactly. It has been a bit of a journey, a work of a lot of people getting here, but hey, it's a great moment. We're really enjoying it. Yeah.
For the people at home, Big Brothers and Big Sisters is it's not a local thing, it's a worldwide thing in actual fact. You alluded to the fact that it started way back with a very concerned gentleman in 1904, I think.
Yeah.
So it's been going a long time, but there are 15 or 16 others around New Zealand that have been established. So why was it important to establish it here?
It was important to me. I came on, I worked for the police, I worked with troubled youth. There was no mentoring of this type available, long-term, consistent, ongoing mentoring. So I went on and joined that steering committee because I saw that it was a real need, the lack of these role models for kids and teenagers. So, and a lot of other people had that same heart. That's what brought that group of people together.
So obviously you're building on a successful formula, so some of that work, I guess, is done in terms of the concept. For the people at home, Daryl, what exactly do we mean by Big Brothers, Big Sisters? It's basically mentoring in inverted commas?
Yeah, it is. And I think it talks about the simplicity of the relationship. We're not asking people to fix kids, counsel kids, or do things like that. We're just going in there, ask them to go in and just be that person who's there, gets to know them, shares some activities, and becomes a person of trust.
But it also does fill a gap, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. We're looking for kids who may appear like normal kids. They're functioning okay, but they haven't got those people. They might not have a lot of boys are growing up right through their childhood without any significant male in their life at all.
So how do people get involved? Obviously there may be people out there watching right now who've got some time, got a bit of heart in terms of and compassion. A lot of that's the main ingredient, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Get in touch with me and we'll have a chat and we'll talk about it and I'll answer questions. They can call me on our local phone number 349-9414 and just make an appointment and we can have a chat. We have a Facebook page, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Rotorua. They can leave me a message there. So get in touch and we'll have a chat and we'll have a look at it and see how you can become involved. Yeah.
And I think one of the before we finish, one of the things that we haven't kind of focused on here is the fact that training is available. Obviously it's an important role when you're mentoring young kids like that, that they have the right resources and right foundations.
Absolutely. We do a lot of work there. So to get a mentor ready will take at least 2 months. So there's screening involved in there, there's lengthy interview, there's training package that we'll do together as a group of mentors. So we want to be very thorough in our processes. We want the right people to be there and we want them to be well prepared for this role. Yeah.
So I'm right in assuming that you're quite excited, right?
Absolutely, totally. Yeah, it's great. To see all these mentors here is fantastic. And to see kids start to come in. I met a couple of the kids the other day and that really excites me because you see these precious kids and they're looking for this and wanting this. That's really exciting.
Actually, I'm glad, just before we finish, I'm glad you raised that point. How do are they referred to Big Brothers, Big Sisters?
No, actually I need parents to contact me or caregivers personally to talk to see if maybe it's suitable for their children. So I prefer that parents and caregivers get in contact personally. We can chat about it and see if it fits.
So a lot of good stuff in place already.
Yeah, absolutely. All the systems and processes are there. It's been around for over 100 years, so it's very thorough.
That was Big Brothers Big Sisters coordinator Daryl Parker talking to Wayne Douglas. If you'd like to contact City News, you can phone TV Rotorua on 07 3488 984 or email news@tvrotorua.co.nz. Thanks for joining us tonight. From all the team here at City News, ko Maria.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News on TV Rotorua was proudly brought to you by Trade Central.